Welcome back to the Piney Woods Homestead, y'all. I promise you, just like the title of this video says, this isn't just another sawmilling video. It isn't a sawmilling video. There's going to be no sawmilling whatsoever in it. So that is not clickbait, that's just my sarcasm. So if you like the Piney Woods Homestead, you probably like a little sarcasm too. Guys, thanks for stopping in. We're going to feed up the animals, take you along. The ground's still frozen, even though it got up about 45 degrees today. For the most part, it's frozen in the shaded spots. We're going to check on the pigs. We've got a little something special we're going to tell you about too, so hang tight for that. Guys, thanks for stopping in, subscribing, and liking. We appreciate everybody that has signed up to watch us here at the Piney Woods. Just some simple old God-fearing country folk just trying to get by. All right, let's get to it. Hey, piggy, piggy. It's thawed out some down here, but not much. Enough so that it's, I guess my tongue is still frozen. So that it's not as hard on their feet.
They're walking easier. Hey, Dixie.
She is a pretty thing.
She just slipped the pan.
You sorry rascal. Hang on. Okay. Here you go. Yeah. They'll eat it off the ground too. It don't matter, y'all. We just try to get it in the pan.
Most of it went in.
Yeah, most of it did. It's not muddy, so they can get it up. We move these pans back and forth, you know, depending on how muddy it is or whatever. We try to keep it in a good solid spot so that it's not just getting wasted. And they don't waste it, y'all. They'll dig through it to get it up. Y'all are doing great. They have stayed nice and warm. We've came out here multiple times a day when we've had these below freezing days temperature. And these should be snuggled up under Samson's hut over there. The hay and the shavings that we put out, we didn't have to put the shavings out too, but put them out because there's a little bit of mud in there and I wanted to kind of soak that up prior to putting the hay down, if that makes any sense. Maybe it don't, but that's what I did. And so man, they stay tucked in over here, you know. They're spooning all day long. So we'll find out in a few days if not Rosie, I always say Rosie.
Dixie.
If Dixie is pregnant. We're hoping that she is. If she comes in heat first of the week, we'll know that old Samson's got a
Take two
on the doing the work for the team here.
Yeah.
Getting the job done. So. But I think he probably has. But we'll go check on the rest of the pigs, y'all. Wild things. They were not wild. We sleep all the time, man.
They're actually gonna let you in.
Come on. Come on, don't knock me down. There's one. There's two. Here's the third. I tell you, they bark like a dog, don't they? All these pigs have had it made. They've got a nice dry spot over here in the barn. Y'all saw us putting hay out for them the other day. But it don't matter what time of the day. You come down here and all three piled up like little sardines in a can, napping. And y'all, we were going to dispatch a pig today, and go ahead and skin it and have it, put it on ice for tonight and butcher it tomorrow. But y'all just ain't felt like it. Not because I don't want to, just it's only a couple of days after Christmas and I'm wore out. So we're actually going to maintain these pigs for 2 or 3 more weeks. They're at top in age right now. They're 6 months old. They're ready for processing, but I'm just not ready today to do it. And Lisa, she's been busy too. And so we're just a little bit wore out. So this is going to this will take place in probably 2 to 3 more weeks when we have another cold snap that's supposed to be coming. We'll skin these 2 topping hogs, have them, put them on ice, butcher them the next day. And I think old Carolina Hill Country and his brother Hank want to come over here and help so that they can learn also, because old Byron at Carolina Hill Country, they've been raising out a couple of topping pigs every year and carrying them to a processor. But we encourage people to learn how to process on your own. That way you are not dependent on a processor that may be 6 months to a year out on a process date for you.
I think most are a year out now around
Especially
here.
On beef. I don't know about pork.
Yeah, pork too.
Pork too? So it's good to have these skills so that if you're going to raise these animals and it comes time for you to process and you're like, oh no, my processing date got changed, or didn't know to get a processing date and didn't know it was that far out. If you pretty much this day and time, if you're going to raise pigs and you're physically able, learn how to process them from somebody like us that'll take you by the hand and show you one-on-one. That way when it comes time for you to have a processed hog, you and your family can do it right there by yourself. Like they did it in the old days, y'all. Simple. Not so simple, but it is worth it. Y'all, this is how we have had to water these 3 topping pigs during the freezing temps, because we only have 2 of those tank heaters, and we've got those on Rosie and then Samson and Dixie down here, or Samson and Delilah as my dad calls them. So we've been bringing them water 2 or 3 times a day. We keep a big pot on the stove, on the wood stove, and it keeps it nice and warm, not hot, just keeps it warm. It's on one of those trivets. And we'll bring it down here and pour it in, keeps the nipple from freezing up. And a lot of times we'll stand here and hold it because we got one in there that likes to just treat this thing like a beach volleyball. But even if it pours out on the ground, y'all, it's fine. They're not pooping right here. This is clean. This is just dirt. And so they're drinking muddy water. Ain't nothing wrong with that. There's a little song about that muddy water. What was it? But it doesn't matter if they're drinking muddy water right here. They're not pooping. It's just dirt. And so a little bit of minerals from the mud ain't gonna hurt them at all, y'all.
Yeah, I think I'll take an acorn. Now, y'all, you know the plans we've talked about if you watch previous videos of the plans for Rosie's future, I guess you could say. She was going into retirement, but somebody incredibly special to us, who loves pigs just as much as us, if not more, has adopted Rosie, in a sense. She's been adopted, but I am now her caretaker, and she will be living out the rest of her life here. Not gonna cry. To say I'm happy is an understatement, because she was my first and she's just a really special girl. So y'all, she's going to continue to be in the videos here with us.
And y'all were saying that it's a special, very special somebody, because not really sure if that special somebody that knows who they are would really want us to broadcast what they're doing for us, for Rosie. Because, you know, sometimes, y'all, you just want to do something, and the good book tells us, don't let your left hand know what your right hand's doing. In other words, you're not looking for any kind of credit from it for what you're doing, but this person knows how much Lisa loves this hog. And y'all, I mean, I love her too. Like I've told you, it is so hard to raise large livestock and process it yourself. And it's because you develop a bond with those animals. But it's also part of the natural process, y'all. And so I'm very thankful that somebody has adopted Rosie. Her feed will be provided as long as that person is able and willing to do so. And we'll let her live out her life right here, y'all. And there might be some people that say, y'all a bunch of weenies for doing that. But you know what? I'm fine with that. Call me a weenie. If you want to call me that, that's fine. Until you have raised livestock like this on your own, you really don't have any clue the emotional aspect of raising your own meat. But I'm cool with her living out her days right here. We've had her for 3 years now. We've got plenty of meat in the freezer. And we've got 2 hogs out here to process. So the Lord's been good to us. We've got plenty of meat out here ready to go in the freezer. And we're happy about keeping her. She'll be the mascot for the Piney Woods. And here all this time I thought it was Samson.
I know. So are you going to break the news to Samson?
We'll have to tell Samson that I'm sorry, buddy, but eventually you'll have to go down off the farm. But Rosie's gonna stick around, y'all. So that's kind of our special news for this, y'all. That's a big deal to us, that somebody would be so kind as to do something that a lot of people would say that's small, but man, it's really big in our book. It warms our hearts. Y'all, I guess the moral to today's little story, if there is a story, is that actions speak louder than words. If you have somebody in your community, your family, your church, your civic group, whatever, and you know that they have a specific need, or you sense that there's a need, don't just say, I'll be praying for you. Reach out there and let your actions be shown along with your prayers. If you're able, not everybody's able to. Kind of reminds me of, there's this story from the Bible when people were going through the line to pay their, not pay their tax. They were given a tithe, I believe is what it was. And I'm verbatim, I'm not verbatim here, y'all, I'm off the cuff. I'm off the chain, right? Anyways, there was this old widow woman that put in, I think, like, I'll say 2 pennies because that's what it reminds me of, 2 pennies. And the Lord said to the disciples that she had given more than anybody else because she had given all she had. Give all you have, y'all, whether it is all you have is your prayers, all you have is 2 nickels to rub together. Give what you got. And it will be a reminder to us as well as life continues. We may not have a lot, but by golly, when we're able and we see somebody that needs it, we're going to let our actions speak louder than words.
She's over there crunching on her. She got a treat for
Rosie got a, we call it?
She got a celebratory acorn squash.
An acorn squash. So she got a treat. And so I guess she's happy. She's staying. I don't know if she probably don't know that she's staying, but
she got a treat, so
she got a treat. And we won't breed her again, y'all. She's just part of the homestead, and I guess will be our new mascot. Guys, thanks for stopping in. I hope you're not offended that I put the title, "This is not just another sawmilling video," because it's true. It's not just my sarcasm, y'all.
And I mean, you were gonna do it.
Yeah, I was gonna do some sawmilling, and that's why I started the video out that way. And then at the last minute, I was like, I'm whipped.
Yeah.
I don't feel like sawmilling. Guys, have a good one. We'll see you on the next one. Oh, I'm not sure when this will come out, but Happy New Year.
Yes, Happy New Year. I was trying to think when it comes out, but
Just a couple days.
Happy New Year, either way.
Happy New Year, guys. We'll see you on the next one.